Leech was another recommendation from that amazing book talker. It's written in a very historical voice, in a creepy winter landscape. It's like a steampunk body horror Sherlock Holmes. It's very long, has an unreliable narrator for reasons that you'll later find out. It's in kind of French-ish mountains, and I could never tell throughout the whole book if it's written in like the future or the past, or what most likely it is like a completely different world, like a parallel universe where there's kind of alternative history. Because it's definitely a world that you recognize, but there's been some sort of great catastrophe. I think I talk about later. But we learn about the past through stories that the characters tell to each other. I think there was an ice apocalypse that forced humans into caves, from what I understand. Also, there's gender non-conforming icons. Like, this is one of the books where they just use, like, gender neutral language and talk about gender neutrality in a way that's, like, really normalized, which I love. Also, parasites and parasites. Total body horror. A Darwinian fight for parasitical survival. Inhuman humans. I can totally imagine this book fitting into the Warhammer universe because it's like very chaos, and after reading The Way Out, it just kind of felt like it was the same sort of body horror with things inside of people. Um, it's a gothic ghost story in the style of The Haunting of Hill House, combined with an aristocratic steampunk drama. Also, I wrote Wendigo horror stories because there's literally something called a Wendigo in the book, which seemed honestly a little bit out of place. I think that's the only thing I didn't really like about the book, is kind of like you kind of get a sprinkling of it throughout the book, but it kind of hits you really hard at the end, and you're just kind of like, I know that you tried to form a base for this, but it just seems kind of useless when you get there. And then also, here's kind of my summary of what I think happened to the world. Aliens came from the sky after humans destroyed the Earth and went into caves to survive. There was an ice age, and a kind of steampunk society came out of it. I say steampunk because they have like dirigibles and stuff, you know, like flying machines that are not airplanes. So yeah. If you know Castle in the Sky, um by like Studio Ghibli, it's kind of that vibe. Imagine that but like wintry, I feel. Yeah.